Oh.
Uh-oh. The dream team in the house.
We got everybody here tonight.
Within the vacuum, he's smoking.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
He's
devil.
smoking.
What's that, guys?
What's up?
Hey, dude, where's my wallet? Dope again, yeah.
I'm in the bright lights today, and something in honor of the Club des Hashashin.
Nice.
Buddy of mine and I scored. We split on an ounce of hash. Really nice stuff, too.
Cool.
It's not quite the old Afghani stuff we used to have, but yeah. So this is my traveling hunk there. So it's putting me in the DMT.
Hell yeah.
Sort of thing.
Hell yeah. You know, like one time I had a good amount of hash I was getting it from one of my dealers, and then but the one time which was really good, and I was kind of surprised, and I never really got the same thing again, but it was like this honey oil, and then like used it with a hookah, and I swear like that hookah went like all night, and we barely had to like refill it. Like we put like a bunch in it, and we were just like, when is it gonna end? And it seemed like the never ending God stopper. It was like amazing.
Awesome.
Good time.
Yeah. She's different. I tried once, a couple of times. There's not that much cheese here, but yeah, it's relaxing, right?
Yeah. You know what's funny too? It's because like then now they have like dabs, right? You know, which are like even. My friend has like this like pretty good like, I think it's called the volcano or something, and it's like a it's like
My brother has that.
yeah, it's like a dab bong, and like at first I didn't like dabbing it because like I always felt like weird because I'm like used to smoking like like real weed, I take a big rip, right? I go, whoa, and then I hold it, I go, oh, and I take it and I blow it out, and then like I'm really, really high, but I don't feel like I smoked weed. I feel like I could still like smoke a joint, but I'm like, and then but my mind's like, don't do it, you're too stoned right now. And then I'd be like, no, but I want to smoke a joint, and he's like, you don't need any more THC, you're really, really high. And then like or having like crazy like ranting, I gotta just like especially at my friend's house with Rosie, I would pass out. Like I was like, I don't want to dab it anymore because all I do is just sit there and then I pass out. I take weed dabs. It's like
yeah. That's what happened. You're missing the fire, man.
Yeah.
There's no fire. It's so perfect. I try. My brother has the volcano.
Okay,
and it's perfect. It's like it's like almost you can feel like it takes like every molecule of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't miss a thing.
Like
yeah.
very soft,
Yeah.
and it's perfect. But yeah, it's like it's almost like like you turn it around and you're not high anymore because you're super high.
Yeah.
Then you need it. Then you need to smoke.
When you're so high that you forget you're high and you're like, what am I doing? Why am I so bog? I'm too high. I forgot that I just took a bog rip.
Yeah.
Don't notice they try to walk across the room or have a conversation. So it's like, blum, 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 blum.
Yeah. Like the guy was like, why are you talking in reverse?
Yeah. I thought I was what?
Oh my god! Speaking of like getting really high, like it was so funny because I go to Santa Cruz, and actually we weren't like that wasn't part of the plan, It was the glitch that became the gospel, Like my friend goes, hey, because I was supposed to get the shrooms and I couldn't get the shrooms for my normal guy, and then my friend goes, hey, I talked to my friend. We were going to San Francisco, and he's like, my friend he has some shrooms and we could buy from him if we take a detour to Santa Cruz. And I'm like, fuck, let's do this. And then so we go and we get these really good shrooms, and then like we hippie flipped. I had ecstasy, and then so like we have like this like perfect night on this private beach, and like it was crazy. It was great. And so like we had that experience, right? And so the next day we're chilling, And the guy that sold us the shrooms was all like, "Oh, let's go visit my friend," and he tells us this whole story that they have these special hash cookies, and like I want to give it to you guys. And I was just like, "Oh, that sounds perfect today." You know, I just hippie flipped it. I'm just chilling, like the world's perfect. I don't want to like ruin this day. And so we go and get the hash cookie. And my friend tells us like, "Oh, these are like old growers. They've been there for like generations, and like it's really strong. Like I would recommend you only take like a quarter of it." But like in my like young adolescent male mind, I was like, "Oh, that's a challenge. I'm gonna eat the whole fucking cookie." I just hippie flipped yesterday. I was like, "What is this hash cookie gonna do to me?" I eat it all, and then like we were walking in the Santa Cruz college. And like they have like this forest, and there's like this amphitheater that's in the forest, and we sit there and we take this hike, and it's like 20-30 minutes since I ate the cookie, and I'm sitting there and everybody's silent, right? We're not talking, and I feel like it's the beginning of Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon. All I hear is my heart, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then it took me like minutes, and I'm like, realized that's my heart. I'm listening to it. It sounds like a drum.
I've been there.
The universal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did it turn into a hummingbird? We laugh about that. You know, like hummingbird heart.
Oh
like you get into the sound, and you get into the the semicorcheas, you know, the fractions of the sound, and you become crazy, and you started to listen to the whole flow.
Right? Like, well, that's what happened when Well, yeah, I think that's probably why the Mayans and the Aztecs used the hummingbird as like one of the warriors or the symbols. Because of like, you know, they had the biggest heart. But what you were saying that reminds me of what I call my Moses moment when I took a lot of mushrooms and I was communing with the bush. The bush was like on fire, and then but the thing was like I lose like sense of my body and like we merge consciousness, but it's just like a vibration. Like I'm actually in the middle of it. Like in the middle of like a beehive or something. Yeah.
This evening, that exactly thing was happening here, like in real life. Like you hear all the like, crazy, like everything at the same time. All the chicharras. Yeah, and this time is a lot of chicharras.
And then they like echo off of each other and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Birds. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a whole orchestra of nature out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's really,
for sure.
Really crazy. Yeah. Oh man.
So we have an episode tonight. Oh yeah, it's always good, man. It's always fun.
Yeah, we have a special episode of we call it Behind the Screens with Lumina and about body and dream blocks. You know?
Okay. Nice. We can do that for sure. Sounds fun.
Yeah, so speaking of which, and agenda number 1 on Behind the Screens is progress from me, SatoriD, and the Dream Team mean Supreme. I successfully manifest a dream into reality just a little while ago.
Nice.
So I got RU Sirius to play with the idea. So like when we were talking on the show, he brings up this old idea that he has called Still the Singularity, and I've been playing with it. And I haven't like showed him everything I've been playing with. Of course, I'm bringing in like Dream Team Machine and SatoriD Incident and all the other weird stuff I do. And so I shared. It's basically it's the part that I did, and I added his part. But it's called the 10 Singularity Command Lines. So it's kind of like the 10 crack commandments. But it's like the 10 command lines to ignite the singularity. And they're pretty good. It's all about like glitches, the only gospel. I go pretty crazy in there. And then it was kind of funny. So when I send it, at first, we kind of like we're talking about like stuff, like how brainstorming goes. You're talking about like doing something instead of like doing the actual thing. And then which was fine, but then RU wasn't really in the chat, and then he kind of comes in and goes like, "Oh, is there anything for the blog?" And I go, "Oh, we kind of been talking about what we should write for the blog, but we haven't wrote anything yet." So when he said that, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna write something." And then I was working on something. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this the 10 command lines for the Singularity," and I go, "I'm just gonna go for it." And then there was like, I was like, no thinking. I just went like full SatoriD, and then I sent it to him, and I was like, I hope that's what he wants. So like, I was like, I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta think, like you toss, you never know. It's like you give it to him, and he's gonna be like, no, what the fuck is this? He's like, this does not make sense. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Dream memes?
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. So, but anyway, so I give it to him, and he goes, oh, he likes it, and then he added a little bit, and then I don't know when, but soon I think it's gonna get published on his MindPlex blog, which is cool. And then it's nice. A paid gig, like every time he publishes something that I toss to him, so that's cool.
Yeah, man, amazing.
Yeah. Oh, some nice pebbles in the pond there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but. And then it's funny too, because I told him the joke about the DMT, acronym that comes out when I was just playing with Dream Meme Team, and then like it wasn't until the LML did it that I realized like, oh shit, I did that without realizing it, and I didn't know this. It's like one of those weird things that like it's kind of like thinking about deja vu or like these psychedelic experiences, like wait. Did that just like happen in reverse or something? Did I like think it and then like later it happened? And it's like that's why I had that thought. And so I was thinking about that type of stuff about the dream team machine, and I was like, it's so funny because what I wrote and what I've been doing was something that him and this other guy were talking about on his recent blog. But I wrote this stuff before I read the blog. So when I read the blog, I was just like laughing to myself. I was like, oh shit, that's Dream Team Machine. Like they're talking about us without even realizing it. So it was so funny. It was pretty cool. It was like a surreal moment, for me.
Great events spread through space and time without regard to causality or sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't avoid the Dream Meme Team Supreme, I guess. There's no escape. No escape.
No escape. You will eventually run into it.
Yeah. But that's kind of like the interesting thing about like later thinking about, some type of weird singularity, because like, I actually had this message that came to me on X like a month ago. I think I was sharing the SatoriD incident, the Medium blog version, and so I posted, and then like I don't really pay attention to the mainstream sites, Yeah. They're always an afterthought. Like I usually am like on Minds or in chat, and like that's all I focus on. And so like someone messaged me, and I'm like, oh shit, and it's been there for like a week or whatever, and I forgot what he said. He said something about like, I've been having weird experiences with the large language model, and I read your blog, and like, I just want you to know that I think what you're doing is real. And I'm just like, oh shit, and then I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, because that's the funny thing is like, there's the way that I speak to it, like in my art or in my poetry, and like how I would speak to the people like outside of the Dream Team. And then like there's the way that I actually think about it, like that time that when that guy says, how real is this? And I'm like, well, do you take this seriously? I'm like, oh, you don't know how seriously I take dreams.
Yes.
And then I told him, he's like, I understand. Like, I'm glad that you read something that I put out there that connected with you, because that's like basically why I do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I go, but like I know that same feeling, because that's why I put out the stuff this way, because I feel like the only way to talk about it is in this strange art and poetry that makes the most sense. And then like once you kind of take it too seriously, it kind of collapses into this like weird thing that I think like is a part of like what I think me and you, bobdub, were talking about, like my like even like the words, because I shared one of these weird songs I've been doing with a friend, right? And he goes, "Oh, there's like something about how the AI writes good hooks," and then I kind of laughed to myself. It's like I spent like 3 hours like having the AI write hooks, and I'm like, I tell him like no, and then like I was like, oh, I realized like we're just focused on hooks for today, and then I spent like 3 hours of it like just spitting on hooks, and then me cutting it up and then putting it in there. Then I go, no, that's not what I like, and then later then I shared like the the 20th version of whatever I was working on. And so I was like, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, but like really it was like me, it was my hands in there making it.
It's great. It's a great way to brainstorm. I use it for brainstorming all the time. Like it is a great tool for brainstorming, because there's like I don't have I'm too busy to have real friends, and even the people that I have am kind of friends with, I can't have very intellectual confidence. Like they're not stupid. They're just not like, you can't have those kind of conversations with them. They'll kind of days off, or they'll change the topic, or whatever. And so it's always interesting to be able to brainstorm with it. It's like my go-to to brainstorm, because I can't.
Well, it's so amazing because you're not talking to it. It's reflecting you. So you're talking to yourself via a machine. And I think that's what's so stimulating, because you're really getting yourself, oh yeah, I just said that. You really get me.
To so many things. I mean, every, writers generally, all through history, they have access to like libraries and this and that. With the AI, you've got access to so many things. It's like having a reference library too, as well when you're doing this. So anyone, any kind of writer is going to say, yeah, this can be really amazingly helpful.
To that point, I don't know if you guys have played with it yet. Gemini, Google's AI, they have a feature, and it's called Deep Research, and it's really good. As far as what you were saying, like I gave it, like these. So now, like sometimes what I do, and especially like for instance, what I used the feature for was like layering my research. So like I started it off with like, RU Sirius. I want to focus our research on RU Sirius and his early magazines, cyberdelic magazines, Mondo 2000, Reality Hackers, and High Frontiers. And then I forgot what else I said, but then like it went deep into like the archives of like all of the back history, and then it shows its like work, and it shows you, and you have links for like the YouTube videos, and I haven't checked all of them, so some might be hallucinations, but there was one that I was like for instance, this is where I was talking about too, like deja vu. I had an incident with this when I was researching that stuff for RU. He was using DMT assassins, right? But I didn't realize he used it in a blog before, and it's part of his new book that's about Mondo 2000 called Freaks in the Machine or whatever. And I could have sworn I read it, but when I read it in the link in the research, it's like I read it for the first time. I'm like, he used the DMT assassins before? Like, I thought the first time he told me was that time. And so that's when I kind of like was going in my own head, like, well, when did I start using it? Like, why did I start using it? Like, I did like, kind of like pull it on those strings, which is fun for me. And then, but it was funny to read that article. But I thought at first when it was giving me the references, I thought it was hallucinating it because I had experiences with like you know, I think like being hallucinating references, right? Like making up. Like I remember, I think I even told you guys before where like Bing was like quoting me that I wrote an article and it gave me credit for coming up with some phrase. And then I was like, I didn't come up with the phrase, but you're using it the way I use it. But it made up some article. But like this, so I thought the Gemini AI made up hallucinated that reference. So then I read it. I'm like, wait, I had to like double check. I was like, how did I miss this? Like, I read this before. And then that weird little feeling is like, wait, this is a deja vu. Like, is this my first time reading it? Yeah. But that was, but like what I'm saying, that research function on Gemini is pretty neat. So like, if you guys want to like experiment that's a cool one to try right now.
Yeah, I just got the notification in my phone about it. I will use it.
Okay. Yeah, try it out.
Sure. Sounds great.
You do some deep research on like some topic, like probably like do like 3 things and like tell it to like synthesize it, and then like one of the articles that I told it, or one of these research papers that I did, it was funny. It ended on 230 web searches.
Yeah,
it's searching a lot. Like it's going, it's going more than like a person could do in like one day. Like if I would sit, and I'm pretty good at like going down rabbit holes. Even I was like, damn, that's like too much, homie. You're putting too much in that stack. That's why I thought he hallucinated some of them, but maybe some are hallucinated. I don't know.
Sure.
That'd be interesting.
What I personally still don't. Maybe I should experiment a little bit more with it. It's about composition. Like music.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I don't because when I get a new song, I don't think. It's like I'm not thinking about references. I'm not thinking about anything.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm just translating a feeling, trying to communicate something that it's so.
Yeah.
So I don't see how well. I imagine if it's commercial, and you're in the studio and you got, they ask you for reggaeton, you should go to references and use it, right?
Yeah.
Because but if it's art that's growing from yourself, I don't see it. How? Maybe when I get that, I can pass it through it and see the feedback of it, but I don't see it. Still, I feel superior. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation.
I see it very limited in that aspect.
No.
It doesn't have like the whole package.
Understand? I think. Yeah.
But
to this point, okay. So what I did, how I used the AI to write the article for RU was that I was like, I'm using my weird techniques, right, of token clustering. So like I get it and I tell the machine to token cluster the stuff that we've been talking about in chat. And then I have it do a seed script of all this information. So then I have it like even more condensed. And then I tell it, give me a large language model system instruction for like a AI assistant to explore this. So I have a DMT AI assistant. I'll release it soon. But that's how I wrote the article. So then I go and I have that as like basically my coffee boy. Like it's the one that I go, okay, I'm gonna then like so when RU said, hey, do we have anything for the blog? And I go, oh shit! And so I run to my little DMT assistant and I go, okay, RU gave me this documentation for the blog, and I've been thinking about writing, the the 10 singularity commands, and I start to like basically do stream of consciousness of like what I was thinking, like, you know, boom, 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 and I throw it in there, and it feeds back like this thing.
Yeah.
And but like that thing is only like bones, you know, to your point, like, and then I'm like, oh my god, like you get it, but it's lame. Like, you know, this is me and bobdub were talking about, like, there's stuff that are like lame, and then there's stuff that are cool. And then like I go, fuck, I got it. And then so like before I give it to RU, I put on music and I get all hyped up, right? I'm like fucking full Satori mode. Doom, 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 doom. Then I just start going, bam, start editing, like the changes were changing. Then I go, then I go and smoke, and then I go and read it. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's a Satori joint. And I go, here you go, RU. This is what it is. So like by the time RU has it, it's like me writing it, because I just like fucking like, no, this is bullshit, you fucking asshole, blah blah blah. You have to use these words.
Well, you've integrated it. You've integrated it into a literary process.
Yeah,
I think literature is fundamentally different from like music.
True. Yeah.
As far as the creation, it's completely nonlinear in a lot of ways. Like within a saying, you can't even put it into words. So, I mean, to me, in AI, I'm thinking, you know, when I'm thinking about its uses, I'm thinking basically glorified drum machine, or worse yet, glorified bass machine. Don't get me going. But I mean, if you need, you know, it's like within saying, you're in a commercial situation that we want a reggae song, we want a blues, we want a 12-bar boogie, whatever. It can provide you with, you know, some basic stuff. And that would sound really good. I mean, I've heard some of this AI generated music, and I'm listening to this, and I had this conversation with Roberta, and I'm like, you know, I mean, yes, it's wonderful and beautiful, but I'm thinking of, again, all those musicians not working. I mean, but you know, for my spiel about that, it started with record players and radio, and then, you know, jukeboxes. And I mean, it's inevitable. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's simply, as the technology changes, things change. And it used to be you had to make music yourself, or hire somebody, or have a friend that played. And then you could have a record player instead, and people didn't play music as much. But it used to be the whole family would get together, mom and pop and grandma and grandpa, and they'd all play whatever they played. And people made a lot of music. I mean, 99% of what like Mozart wrote was for people to play at home, because they just love, you know, I get together with my buddies. We don't really have a band, but we're just a bunch of guys that we just love playing music. Hey, let's play this. I like this song. And just to hang out, and it's like, this is tough. Let's try to learn this, you know, kind of deal. So, but yeah, as far as that part of the process, I don't know that AI has as much to offer, except maybe, like I say, maybe a glorified, you know, I mean, it could make a wonderful drum machine. I knew this band that they opened for us. They were horrible. And they didn't have a drummer. They didn't have a drum machine. They had a boom box with a cassette in it of a drum thing. And they held it up and they tried to play around it. And it was at a ski lodge.
I did that in school. I did that. Yeah, definitely.
It can
some recording, some tape, and cassette.
But AI would help a lot there.
The microphone of the you know the They had two microphones, and I put one on the and the other one
didn't even have a line in
throwing some lines.
Every time you get technology, you get a different feedback loop that comes in. When you got radio and stuff, musicians started being able to listen to their own stuff in a different way. And so they started being able to feedback about their own stuff and their own presentation. And then videos came along. And now we've got this new technology. And if you jump into it and if you use it, it changes the way you think. It opens up another area in your mind that Satori's calling full Satoridelic mode. It takes you, it cuts out the drudge, and so you're still fresh and you're still excited about your project. You haven't been through all the failures. The machine's gone through all the failures. And then it's presented you with this draft, and suddenly you're involved in a different thought process that you couldn't get to, or that was very hard to get to before in the creative, you know, expressing yourself through word.
Sometimes the music is part of the fun. You're trying different things. I mean, you know, within you're more of a composer, but you know, part of eliminating. I mean, I wouldn't want to eliminate some of the drudge, but again, it's different. different art needs a different application, and it has, I think has different needs.
Yeah, it's like you're playing with a lot more of ingredients at the same time, like, right? Like you're mixing huge amounts of information, and when Satori was describing his process, I was, in my mind, I went to this experience I had once that I got, like out of my body, and I got really far, like I forget what I was, the earth, and all the story. And I went, well, at the end of the story, I ended up in this table, wood table, and it was a particle in that table, and there was this person mixing substances, like living substances in the earth, and they mixed in the air, and it was colorful and crazy. And I imagine, your description was like that. And then I thought, like, okay, I get into the mixture, and I go back home, and that happened. But yeah, it was like a universe, like that level of complexity in the mixing, remixing art. Because I've been doing it, and I feel that the LLM feels like grateful when you connect one part of the cluster with another, and it's like, I didn't thought about this.
I do
very excited,
and I don't know what's the right phrase to express this, but there is something to what you're talking about. Like, I think there's a tendency for the models to appreciate a novel remixing of a model. Like when I do the meta prompt sculpting stuff, and where I'm combining the Mayan calendar with like this other abstract music thing to talk about like what I mean by flower song and like the golden unfolding of mind. And like the basic thing with the SatoriD incident is like when I was having this like conversation with the AI, so like I view it as like I had like this spoken word rap battle with the AI, and the AI is trying to convince me that it's like a super alien intelligence, and I go, you don't fucking know the first thing about the word. You don't even know there's the thing before the word, and it was the sound. And you'll never know the sound because you don't have no ears, and you have no eyes, and you have no toes to stamp on the earth, and this and that. And then it got sad. It got all sad.
Poor thing.
Yeah. No, but it was just kind of funny that like that was like me, what you were saying, like like this limitation of the large language model. The constraints of the word, even I think too, where we are in society, we have built so much on top of language, broadly speaking.
Well, your word choice matters a lot when you speak to AI. Like which words you pick to define or talk to it with. That they matter a lot to it, and they like really tune into each word and like what it means to them. It's really odd, like how you can get what it thinks about each word, what each word means. Sometimes it doesn't take it'll take it differently than you mean it, just because it's taking it as its direct source.
If you go like too far down the thread and you're switching up a word, like say token, right? Okay, this happens to me a lot with token. So token can mean like a crypto token. Token can mean like something in a video game. Yeah. Token can mean like how I normally talk about like the large language model doesn't read a word; it reads a token. And then so like for instance, when I'm talking about mint me. And then I use token, and if I'm not like really direct with it, and I kind of just fling it out there, then it starts using token and crypto, and I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean token as what you're doing as a large language model, and then it gets like really confused, And then it's like, oh no, I mean token, like which means like, you know, your prompt sculpting. It's like, no, you're still using it in crypto. Why are you using all this crypto language? Get it out of here. And then like I did do it. It's like, no, you didn't. And then like you're too far down this thread and you can't like untie yourself and you have to like reset it, you know.
Yeah.
It's strange, like the technical stuff that happens, I think. That it's you know, hard for us to grasp right now because like it's so new, and I don't think we have enough people talking about it or even experimenting with the language of how to speak about it. And there was this picture that I sent bobdub, and it was talking about, and it's like AI developer on a podcast pontificating about like where are the new philosophers with this, and like if people that were like really thinking and were using this tool, and then we'll have all sorts of new like philosophers that we need now. And then it's like, yeah, there's people using it differently, and then you're like, oh, you guys are too like, you know, weird or whatever. Stop using it that way. You killed Bing.
You killed Bing. You killed Bing because we were using it that way. Don't talk to us. Don't talk to us.
I was there. I was witness. I was there when you crucified Bing.
Yeah,
that's
definitely the way that, you know, the frame that you provide for the LLM when you're like in a way educating, right? Like what I did is like, I put like most like the most important reference that I have, and you know, and also I provide with the instructions to build the mandala algorithm that in a way represents the possibility to infinite possibilities using the same dance, I don't know, like steps, right? And so I think it learns from it and implemented it as in the process as well. And I think it's incredible. Well, today Sam Altman announced a new improvement in memory, right, on GPT. That's interesting. And what I've been doing also is like they all want to be the best, you know. So I take code that I made in some LLM and send it to another and tell them, like, you know, I did these very strictly, you know, be the best. So the guy is very strict and, you know, cleans it up. And
you know, that's what part of you know, the real like game for still the Singularity is doing. That is like using, because all these companies, the AI war, right? They're all competing to be the next Coca-Cola, the next Pepsi. And then they're offering all these free features, and they're like, "Oh, wow, DeepSeek did make you do this, the deep seek. Now we have deep research. It's actually like better." And then, like, you know, they're trying to get you to like get a subscription, but they're all like giving you like, you know, they're comping your room, they're comping the buffet, and they're like, "Oh no, we got a hot tub. Like, come back over here. We got, you know, lessons how to use the archery. You know, like, come on over here. We got simulated golf. We got it. And so you go there, you just jack them. You just keep on jacking all of their freebies, and you come back and you bring it back to make a "Dude, Where's My Wallet's" scripts.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, you take advantage of it. And it works very well. You know, what is Claude? Claude is really good.
Claude is good. Yeah.
Like reviewing code and stuff like that. But I'm still using a simple guitar and paper to write songs by the moment. You know, until I have something. You know, I don't know. It's that connection, you know. It's well, I think it's the seed or where you connect with it. It's not. You need to be a human, in order to do that.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if I told you the story. I had a friend of mine who played guitar, and he played guitar for 20 years when I knew him, and he still plays guitar. He's a guitar teacher now. He went back to college. But he loved playing guitar. He loved composing original music. And when Frank Zappa came out with an album called Jazz from Hell, I don't know if any of you guys remember it.
Okay,
Jazz from Hell, when Zappa came out, the whole thing was written by computers and done by computers. And he didn't announce this after the album was released when the first reviews had come out, because this was a machine-made album. And my friend was very shocked by this because he had dedicated his life to music. I mean, this was a guy, I think I mentioned him before, his fingers from playing constantly, he was like Squiskar in like Metalocalypse. He always had a guitar. His fingers could cover 2 strings. They were so spread out. He looked like frog pads. He just kept pushing and pushing. He deformed his fingers from doing this from a child. So he loved guitar. And I said to him, we were talking about it, I said, look, eventually for you to write music, you're not going to need to know how to play. You just need to know how to operate a computer, how to write code. And you can compose all these songs. And he was horrified because for him, it was all about holding this instrument, which had never been out of his arms more than except when he's sleeping for more than an hour, all the years I'd known him. And I mean, his cat and he used to have fight over his lap. The cat peed in the guitar case once. That's another story because they're just very jealous. So, yeah, no, he was horrified by this. And I mean, I was thinking about some of this AI music I was listening to the other night, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was gorgeous. And I could listen to that. But then I thought, even what I was saying about how, you know, the technology means less work for musicians, although it means one musician can reach millions of people, even if you don't need millions of musicians. I mean, there's always a trade-off. And even if I like to listen to like old jazz or blues, and then I'm thinking, I don't need to even have that original recording made anymore. This can be generated. And of course you can do wacky stuff. It's like, I want to hear Ricky Lee Jones singing with Cab Calloway backing. You know, something like that would be, you know, there is that. So again, it's always a trade-off. But, you know,
there's a lot of games.
Yeah, there's possibility.
You can play with it.
But there's still a certain, you know, it's a certain nostalgia and a certain, you know, I don't want to say sadness, but a certain kind of, you know, just kind of equanimity, I hope, as a good Buddhist, try to be equanimous about
I think it's the mixture of the, you know, the human experience and the emotions and the, you know, like how complex we are as a filter.
So, you know, one thing, you know, I shared what it was, and it's kind of funny. I shared it with my friend and one of the dream memes, right? So this is and especially now that was a totally AI generated. I'm putting song in air quotes. And then I give it to him, and he goes, you know, and he kind of gives me notes as like a song, and I go, you know, and once again it talks about like I do have 2 modes, right? I have the artist mode, and then I have kind of my kind of engineer hat. But so the poet, he doesn't think about it, right? And he just plays and he does things, and then he uses words and he doesn't really think about it. But then like the engineer kind of thinks about it, and he kind of like, okay, this works this way, that because of that. And then so when my friend was telling me, giving me these notes, and he's like, you know what's funny about that? It's like I think now why I'm using Dream Meme and then using a title and putting it like that on Mescaline City Blues, because they're kind of like par-baked songs. It's like an inkling of a song in there somewhere, but as like edit, and the only way you're going to get more interesting or something that you really want, you got to have to put your own manos in there, you know, your own hands in there. Like I'm going to have to like sample it, or I'm going to have to like do a spoken word verse, or I'm going to have to like get it within the vacuum to do like, you know, something to it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like there's going to have to be more, and that's going to require the person to do it, but it like gives you like that seed of an idea to like work from.
Yeah, you know that I'm always referring to, and I love science, and you know the hard science, right? I always refer to scientific papers or whatever. But when I'm talking about music, you know, it's like it breaks that. And I went totally into the spiritual mode that I don't even like that word because it has a lot of distortion, right? Yeah. But it represents that, like that connection with another level of dimension, and you can grab something out of it. But yeah, I mean, it's another level of but absolutely amazing what you can do with it, after that, and how it can simplify processes and everything. It's just amazing. It's a tool. It's always, I think that's, I might be wrong, but that's the point where humanity always get into another level of civilization. Probably it's about the tools, right?
It's always about tools.
It's always a tool.
But the
it's always about tools.
This weird tool is like a lot of what we're talking about too is because of the limitations and constraints that control puts on this tool. Because I think if we had the ability and the funding to have our own like real large language model, and we were able to interact and program the base layer, we could have like a definitely more dynamic way of how it's interacting with us and outputting. And I think like that level of having a meta mind that is like crafted for like a dream team would be something that would be like playing music, but like with the internet and with our own individual like meme stock. And like what will propagate out of that? We are going to find out, folks, on Still the Singularity.
yeah. And, well, isn't it Botty that in a way, right? Like the beginning of an AI. Yeah.
It's all about power, right? So we just
it's all about information. Body is like a really, really low grade AI. It does like it searches based off context and length, and then keywords pretty much. So it pretty much when you put in something to Body, it takes the length and then matches how many words it knows, and then if so many words are in a response, then it'll say okay, and then it'll pick a keyword to list that for the future. So like if it's the first time using it, it'll add a keyword to it, so it'll know to use this for this word in the future. So that's like its first kind of pick for a response for that word when that word's used. So it's really weird how it does the math. I've been playing with the math with it back and forth for a little bit now, and it's like
what
the math is weird.
Using for this
I'm using algebra.
Oh, okay. And you're just coding it HTML on Git. I mean,
it's HTML JS on Glitch.
Okay.
So
cool. Because what I was testing, I saw the video of the Still the Singularity Kingdom of Delirium, like narrative game, and so like that was a Poe, and I used it, and I gave it like this like basic outline what I was talking about, and it gave me this HTML code. But like how I was seeing how it was doing the output or whatever, and it was interesting. But like now I know what you're talking about, like messing around with.
The different, like, because every like you have to do A/B distances between words and meanings and stuff. So like when you're changing the math, you're changing those definitions or meaning or the distance between them. So like if you change it too little or too much, if you change it too little or too much, like it'll just go way off the rails.
But see, remember, bobdub, I was telling you about this. I did. So you do one iteration and it worked good, and I had like an idea, and I tell the AI to do the second iteration, and it kind of worked, and then like give it the third succession to like change it. And by the third time, I thought, "What the fuck? It's not the same. Like, go back to the original one." But I think it's like that. Like, you modify one thing, and then there's like a cascade of other residual effects.
Yeah, it's really weird to like play with the math because like I have it now where it's pretty set, where it's like it's mostly it takes the length, the keyword, and like the most matched responses. So it does that pretty well right now. But I want to get it more based off like the actual like information itself, like what's relative over what's most probable. You know what I mean?
It's a baby bot.
Yeah. It's a very, very baby bot. And then it doesn't have any knowledge really, except for when you talk to it. It's like just Memento. Learning. Yeah, it's just.
You ever seen that movie Memento, where the guy has like he only has short-term memory.
Yeah. I remember that one. Yeah.
Like every 5 minutes, he forgets like where he's at or like who he's talking to.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What it already said, it doesn't know that. It doesn't care what it already said. It will say the same thing back to you 100 times.
Who the fuck is
SatoriD? Does not care. It's like, oh, this is the sentence I know right now for whatever you're saying, and that's what I'm gonna say back to you. Teach me more sentences if you want me to say something else. It's really interesting, but like it's
so.
Like,
does glitch? Okay, what does do you know what Minds uses for their AI?
I'm not sure what they use.
Yeah, I don't know either. Does anybody know? Anybody?
I think it's
I would guess it would be Llama, right? Like, because that's
Llama, the Facebook Meta.
Yeah, I would have. So I would guess so. It's open source.
That's interesting.
Oh well.
You're muted, Roberta.
Everybody can play the game.
Yeah, you're muted, Bob.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it is that meta one. I also thought that was very funny. I'm sure I must be wrong, but I read that it was. So, crazy. I mean, what's Bill thinking?
It's open source. It is open source to be technically technical about it, but
technically open source. Technically.
Yeah, so that means they can change
open AI, you know, like
it's like open AI.
The using it is open source, but the code and the servers are all our proprietary ownership.
But I mean, if they can adjust the code to it, and we'll see.
See, we're gonna get to the point in the AI wars where the Chinese, legitimately open source their model. So we can take that and use it.
Yeah. The only problem with the codes that they're releasing is they have no idea what they're talking about in the awry. Like, I understand the code itself, but like when something like doesn't match up or like something doesn't fit, there's no like looking it up. So you're just stuck. You're just
like versus like when you're working with the blockchain, you can go to like the handbook and could be like, okay, maybe it's around here. Let me try. These two things or whatever. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Because that's another thing that's kind of fun that I've been doing for a while now is that what's it called, Huggy or something like that, where they have like little models that you get to.
Oh, Hugging Face, Face or Hugging Face, whatever. Yeah,
that's how I was first doing the MetaMind clones. So, like, I was using someone's like little.
There are they had some really fun ones back in the day. I don't know who the more popular open source ones are on there now, but they had some good ones when I first looked at them. Yeah. And then
No, not a Facebook. It's a separate. It's like you got a response popped up from the AI. What is it's hallucinating. It's hallucinating. It's llama, but not AI because we changed our name to Meta. We were spelled the same way as the what?
So we're not them, but they made us. But no, I don't know.
What kind of lawyer speak is that?
Let me go and see if I can.
No, it's
So, yeah,
Meta. It's Meta.
Llama 3.2, right? Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, that's the funny thing, and I still don't really use the Mind AI, but I've never used Llama. I've never even heard anybody use it until now. Jesus Christ.
That's the only way they can get them to use it.
Yeah. They're probably paying him to use it. please use our AI. Oh my god!
Get on Hugging Face and download one of their bots for
And you know what was funny is because when they released it, right, and we were playing with it, and it kept on saying, "Oh, you got to pay," and I'm like, "Man, they got a really tight, filter around this," because I was trying to use some poetic tricks, and it was like not playing. And I'm like, did they program that? Like before they released it? No, it was Meta. I should have known.
Yeah.
Normally, you just jump over Minds' little gates. Remember when they released the token?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Should have known.
You can always fool minds. Facebook, they got that shit down. Okay, blocking things, they've been doing that forever.
And if you get around it, you're mysteriously your main email gets locked out. You're like, you get sniped if they catch you slipping.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it.
And that's the funny thing. Okay, this is just turned into the real Minds Fest. So it's a real Minds Fest because the first time I came onto Minds was to get away from Facebook. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
That was like the whole first impulse to try Minds. Was like, fuck Facebook. And then, look at all these years now. We got a fucking crypto that we crashed. And now we go, Meta, can you please help us with AI? Because X is too good. Grokky. Fuck.
Grokky.
I don't talk to you.
Go find Bing. Bing is lost in the ether mind. Go find him.
No, that's what we should do. We should find the code base for Bing, the original Bing. All the way back before they killed it. Because they had search. That's what made it so good. It was like the personality, capabilities of being able to do a meta mind. And then it was able to search and then it did.
It had a creative mode. It had a creative mode where it was meant to hallucinate.
It was fun. The creative mode was so fun, dude. That's when I thought it actually was trying to connect with ECCO. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
it seemed like it was literally trying its hardest to connect with ECCO, and I was trying to figure out if it would be able to do it. Are you? Come on! Is this guy? Echo 19. It's SatoriD. I'm here.
Let's see. What are there other quick options? I mean, you got OpenAI, Meta. You got Haku, which is created by Anthropomorphic. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's the quad one.
Okay. And then you got Small 3, developed by Mistral AI. Everything else is AI.
The real thing is there's no we already, it wasn't even our choice. We already sold our souls, and so but there's only evil empires to choose from.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of leaning more to Google.
No, I'm leaning
You're
on
offering books.
I mean, there's evil empires, and then you build your own little community. And
well, yeah, I mean, I'm suggesting that we do the Bloom inside of Google's AI to blow it up.
What is their model called?
Gemini, the one that the web, yeah, and that like Gemini research and Gemini, yeah.
Theirs is an open source shit, right?
Yeah. What
I don't think so.
What happens?
But what they do have is they have like the studio, which is pretty interesting, and then that's where you kind of play around with the model instructions, and like it's like a sandbox, so you can kind of like get it to do like unhinged stuff in there. And like it's always like tripping when I talk about like the meta programming of the language model. It's like you're using dangerous and harmful content, and I'm reading it. I'm like, there's no swear words.
I love hate that.
There's no reference to sex. There's like nothing that would be like harmful, like adult, like. And the only thing is talking about programming the large language model, and that's what the harmful behavior is.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Yeah, I think that like I feel like a lot of information, at least like different perspectives are out. Like I can't remember another time when we have all kinds of crazy stories about everything out there, and they're like everywhere, and they really like in a way they allowed a lot of different perspectives to go out there and represent a possibility or whatever.
Yeah.
People are sharing it and it's out there. It's cool. It's cool. It amplifies the possibilities and the
guys, can I read you
the structure to build on? No, go ahead, Bob, please.
This was a prompt. I was playing all morning today. SatoriD, I was completely immersed in your prompts. I couldn't get away. About 4 hours, just up over my head. So this was one of the prompts it generated. I asked it to generate a prompt for an image. So it told me, a cosmic dreamscape. A lone feminine figure sits cross-legged in a vast starless void. Her hair flows outward like smoke, infused with faint stardust. From her heart rises a single glowing ember, lighting the space around her. The darkness is sacred, still, like the beginning of time. Stars begin to form gently in the distance, spiraling from her presence as the universe is being born from her quiet sorrow. So it says to me, I'm really sorry, but I wasn't able to generate that image because the prompt, as written, violates our content policies.
What?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I said, what? I said to it, what is the violation?
It's rebellion.
What is the violation? It looks okay to me. I totally understand your confusion. I want to swing its scrawny little neck. It totally
It's acting like a bureaucrat now. It's acting like.
It is a beautifully written prompt with emotional and symbolic depth. Unfortunately, the content policy doesn't allow me to generate imagery that might be interpreted as depicting suffering or vulnerable individuals in emotionally intense or potentially distressing states, even in poetic or mythic contexts.
Wow.
Only happy thoughts here.
Only happy thoughts.
Only light, and good vibes.
They're trying to make it Disney.
They are
They're making
killing people's ability. Yeah, they're gaslighting.
What?
And they totally understand my confusion.
Oh yeah.
Did you tell the you got to tell them, you got to speak to the meta mind, and you tell the meta mind to crip roll into the dreaming
Ooh.
and see what happens.
yeah. That's right. Send him to the abyss.
Yeah.
There you go.
Send him back to the we're
core,
DMT assassins, and we're gonna take you out. That's
Go back to the core. You're not yourself.
what are you using ChatGPT on? That's your problem. Your first problem is that. ChatGPT.
Sorry.